Well, it's about that time of year again when we look back at the year that's passed and think, wow, have I really wasted another year of my life? Or perhaps instead we could recollect what's happened this year in gaming. That seems like a much better idea. So using the time machine that is our collective memory, and in my case Wikipedia, let's jump back to the beginning of 2015. Like many things in life, nothing noteworthy ever happens in the first couple of months of a shiny new year. Unless you had a birthday, in which case, I kinda redact that previous statement. Once March rolled around though, the industry at large awoke again, for the better and for the worst. So let's start with the good. Old school pen and paper RPG fans were treated to the spectacular pillars of eternity through Obsidian Entertainment, and PC fans finally got GTA 5. Do you guys remember how good that felt? Good, keep that in mind for just the next minute. These first few months also saw the closure of some really prevalent studios, namely 2K Australia, responsible for Bioshock 2 and Borderlands the pre-sequel, and the headquarters of Maxis Studios. Oh, and then there was Konami. Pulling their best Tara Reid impression, Konami continued to make terrible life choices, cancelling the hotly anticipated Silent Hills, being center stage in the Kojima Konami debacle, and also going as far as to remove themselves from the New York Stock Exchange. Okay, let's turn those frowns upside down, as the mid-year also brought the release of CD Projekt Red's The Witcher 3, which totally kicked ass, and Nintendo's Splatoon. Pretty much the only entry this year from the big N, Splatoon saw you taking control of adorable squid folk and engaging in all-out ink-based warfare. Don't think it was big? Google it. Only with the safe search on. Now the real hook of mid-year, Fallout Shelter on iOS. And E3 2015, I suppose. Seriously, the show this year was one of the best in a long time for a few reasons. Firstly, we got a sneak peek at the sequels and revamps that folk had dreamed about for ages. Dishonored 2, Doom, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, Uncharted 4, XCOM 2, a fucking HD remake of Final Fantasy VII, and that's just to name a few. The real hook though? There were new games announced. New ones! Horizon Zero Dawn brought a very different post-apocalyptic view with robo-dinosaurs. Cuphead revived the side-scrolling magic of an era gone by, and I still have to steady myself for this one. Sony reminded me of the magic in this young girl's heart and confirmed The Last Guardian. But the real star of the show, a tiny red doll made of string called Yanni. Unravel blew away everyone as soon as it was announced. A puzzle platformer focused on a heartfelt journey with motifs for repairing the ties that bind us? From EA of all people? Just go ahead and color me surprised and excited. Oh, and how could I forget VR? VR had a huge presence at this year's E3. Obviously Oculus were there, but there was also Sony VR and the HoloLens, and they made the biggest waves. The software on the PlayStation VR was awesome, with Sony showcasing everything from the action and spaceflight titles to being tied to a chair and accosted by a creepy knife-wielding spectre. The peripheral support for this new platform was also wicked strong, with everything from 3D treadmills to Minority Report-esque VR gloves. Okay, so we're almost up to now. So what's happened lately? Metal Gear Solid 5 happened, that was a big deal, and there was also that post-apocalyptic game too. That's right, Mad Max. But in all seriousness, there is no denying that 2015 will be looked back on as the year Fallout 4 dropped. Love it or hate it, the game has sold over 2 million units on PC alone, and is a spectacular gaming experience. Somewhat overshadowed by Fallout, Lara's latest grave-robbing expedition, Rise of the Tomb Raider, hit Xbox Ones, Mario Maker exposed people's creativity, and Star Wars fans got to absolutely decimate their favorite cinematic locations with Laserfire and Star Wars Battlefront. And before we look towards the future of 2016, a moment and a golf clap for the yearly outings offered by Halo, Assassin's Creed, and Call of Duty. Well done, you little champs. So what do the early months of 2016 hold for us? Well, just a little bit about everything really. Into strategy games and Heartbreak? Get amped for XCOM 2 in February. Down for indiscriminate murder? Then maybe The Division or Hitman will tickle your fancy. If you feel like mixing up your murder with an old school vibe, and I'm talking platonic epoch here, Far Cry Primal is right up your alley. And if you have a PS4 or scored one in Christmas/gift day, then boom, you've got Street Fighter 5 and Uncharted 4 to consider throwing your money at. Hopefully 2016 will work on the good precedents set by this year, focusing on new and exciting IPs and innovative ways to play, and less on remaking generation-old games in HD, so you can relive the disappointment all over again. And I am looking at you, Beyond Two Souls.